Hi, this is Trisha Taylor from craftigummy.com. I'm so excited to make these wash rags with you. I hope you have as much fun with making them as I did in creating them. Okay, to get started on these Mother Day wash rags, what we're going to do is we're going to chain a total of 26 chains. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to chain in the 4th stitch from the chain, so counting back 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to be doing a double crochet in that 4th stitch. So go ahead and yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, you should have your 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2. Okay, go ahead and make a double crochet in each chain across the row. Okay, once I'm done with this last stitch, I'm going to chain 1 for my next row. I'm going to turn my work, and then I'm going to crochet and single crochet in the 1st stitch and in the 2nd stitch. So I've got 2 single crochets. Now I'm going to chain 2, single crochet in the next stitch, and then in the next one do another single crochet, chain 2, and then 2 single crochet in the next 2 stitch, 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So just keep repeating that, chain 2, 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches all the way across the row. Here at the end we're going to be changing colors. And in this one I'm going to change to a blue. You're welcome to change to whichever color. And again, this is 100% cotton yarn, worsted weight. And when I change colors, I don't tie knots. What I do is I just take the string, you can see the end here, both ends, and I just loop it like this and hook this end on my crochet hook, and instead of finishing off the last single crochet with my beige thread, I will use the blue to finish it off, and it will give it a nice flow as far as the color change goes. Okay, now we're going to make sure that tail's long enough to sew in later. Then chain 1, we're going to turn our work. Make sure you're turning your work the same way. Notice that I did not cut my beige thread. I'm going to leave it attached throughout this whole thing, so then I don't have as many ends to do. Okay, I'm going to single crochet in the first 2 single crochets. I'm going to skip over the chain 2 and go to the next single crochet, and I'm making sure that my string hair stays in front of the chain 2. And I'm going to single crochet in these next 2 single crochet, and then I'll show you what it does. I don't know if you can see if I put it sideways, but it makes this chain 2 become a little bubble space, so it can be used as kind of a little scrubby area, just kind of a decorative area. It gives it a fun little look and a fun little texture. So skip the 2 chains, make sure your string hair stays in front of them. Go into the next single crochet and single crochet. So we're putting 1 single crochet in each single crochet and skipping the chain 2s. And we're going to do this across the rows. at the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and chain 3 and turn my work, again making sure I change it the same way. And look how pretty that looks with those little bumps on there. Now we're going to do a double crochet in each single crochet across the row. So this is a very easy, a very basic pattern, but one that's kind of fun and has a little bit of texture to it as well. Okay, now that I'm at the end, we're going to be switching our color back to the beige. We're going to pull through the first 2 loops of the double crochet, but we're going to leave the last 2 loops unfinished. And we're going to just take this beige yarn that's still connected, and we're going to pull it up, yarn over, and pull through the last 2 stitches of the blue double crochet. We're going to go ahead and chain 3, turn our work, again turning the exact same way, and also again leaving the blue color attached, and we'll just pull this up, and it will create a strand of yarn that's beige over top of the blue and blue over top of the beige, but that will be hidden by our edging, so it's nothing to worry about. So we're going to double crochet in each stitch across. Okay, and at the end, we're going to stay with the beige color, so we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and we're just going to repeat this bottom row. Chain, single crochet 2, chain 2, single crochet 2, chain 2. And we're doing single crochets in each double crochet across. So single crochet, chain 2. And then 1 single crochet in the next 2 single crochets. And this will give us our decorative bump and our little bit of texture. Okay, so I'm nearing the end, and what I'm going to be doing is pulling up the blue, and we're just going to repeat what we did in the previous row. We're going to do that a total of 3 more times. We're going to want a total of 4 blue rows, and we're going to have 5 of the beige rows, but we will only have 4 of the bubbles. So that's how it's going to look. Don't forget on this last stitch to not finish it with the beige, and pull up your blue, then chain 1 and turn the work the same as you have been the whole entire time. And now you can see the blue over the beige right there. Single crochet in the first 2 single crochets, and remember to keep your string right here in front of your chain 2. If you don't, I'll show you what this next one will look like. If you let it sit behind the chain 2, then it's going to give it this weird little pullover, and it'll push it back down. You can't really see the bubble, and you don't really get the texture. So keep this behind, and if you needed to, you could put your hook like that and just bring it up through both. And that will give you a little bit of a funny edge, but it will also be on the back side. So whichever you choose to do, just make sure that the string right here stays behind, in front of the chain 2. So that's all there is to it. Repeat this step, like I said, until you have the total of 4 blues. And I will show you how to do the 5th row of beige. Okay? Okay, I just finished the last blue row, and I'm going to start on my last beige row. So I'm going to change out my colors from blue to beige. Okay, I just finished my last blue row. I have one more beige row, actually 2 more beige rows to do to make it complete. So I'm going to change out my colors. I'm going to chain 3. I'm going to turn my work the same way I have the entire project. I'm going to go ahead and double crochet in each double crochet across. Okay, now that we're finished with this row, we're going to chain 1. And we're just going to single crochet this time in each stitch across. We're not going to make the little bumps. This is because we're going to be doing the edging, and the edging won't make it so that we have these bumps. So we'll just chain 1 and single crochet in each double crochet across. Okay, now on this last stitch, we're going to start our edging, and we're going to have it be blue. So we're just going to pull up the blue, and at this time you can cut the beige string, making sure it's long enough to tie in later, or to weave in. We're going to chain 1, we're going to turn it to its side, and we're going to put 1 single crochet in the single crochet rows, and 2 in the double crochet rows, but we're going to be doing 2 single crochets, and then we're going to do chain 2, and then do 2 single crochets, and then the chain 2. And this is just going to give us kind of a ruffled edge. We're not going to make any bumps out of them. It's just going to give us a nice ruffled edge. So we're going to keep going. Again, chain 2, or single crochet 2, and then chain 2. And again, we're putting 2 single crochets in the double crochet area and 1 single crochet in the single crochet area. It just makes it easy that way to remember where you're at as to how many stitches you need to do. And if you remember how we had those strings coming up the back, if I turn this over, you can't really see where we had pulled those strings up here, but you can see them down here on this end. So that's kind of nice how it does that for us. Just kind of hides that, and it makes it so we don't have to tie in as many ends. When we get down here to this last double crochet, we're going to make sure we have 3 single crochet in it for the turning of the corner. So we're going to chain our 2, because we've got our 2 single crochet, and then put 2 more single crochet here, and then we'll chain 2 and turn our work, and we'll keep going around. So 2 single crochets, 2 chain 2s.
Okay, we're getting around to our end. We're just going to finish doing our 2 single crochets and our 2 chains. Okay, and here we're going to do 1 stitch here, and then we're going to put 1 stitch here in the corner, and then we're going to slip our chain 2, and then we're going to slip stitch into this first single crochet, and then we're going to cut our end, and then pull this through, tying it off just like that. Now we're all done, and you can see the fun little edge that we have. Let's show it a little closer. And then we have our fun little bumps, you can see, giving us a bit of texture and a bit of color. So it's a fun rag that the mothers will love. So I hope you have fun doing it. Enjoy your day.